Hola Farmsteaders!
Hola!
We are Mac
And Jose.
and welcome back to Yooper Country Farm.
Welcome to this amazing room.
Yeah, so this is our rabbitry here on the farm. And interestingly enough, somebody asked us to do a rabbitry update. They said that was how they started following our channel way back when we first got started.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to do a rabbitry update. And why it's important this time of year is because we do our first breeding.
This year, yeah.
Why are roosters so annoying?
Because at the farm, no?
Because, yeah, okay. So we do our first breeding mid-February to late February usually.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we do that is because the temperatures up here are so cold. Rabbits absolutely can give birth during these colder temperatures, and they can be successful. But what we find is we have a much higher percentage of frozen babies and issues with breeding when we breed through the winter.
Yeah.
So we start in February so that they give birth in mid to late March, and then they're ready to go out on pasture the beginning of May, which is usually when we can start moving the rabbit tractors and have grass actually growing up here.
Yeah.
So it works out really good. So this is the rabbitry room. We keep about 4 bucks usually and 9 does. We like to breed 3 does at a time, and we breed once a month. So every doe maybe gets bred 2 or 3 times a year with litters. And the reason we breed 3 at a time is a couple of reasons. Number one is if we need to foster any babies to other does. We have other does with babies. We very rarely do that. Only if there is maybe a 1 or 2 babies that survive in a litter, then maybe we would do that, but we very rarely do that.
Yeah.
I like to let the moms raise out their own babies. The second reason is then all of the chores are happening all at the same time.
Yeah.
So we're doing a breeding day.
Oh, okay.
So another reason I like to do it is that we are doing all the chores at the same time for all of the rabbits. So if we have to breed, it's all getting done at the same time. Then when we have to put in nest boxes, it's all happening at the same time. When we're ready to move them out to pasture, we're doing it all at the same time.
Yeah.
So Jose, what are we going to be doing today with the rabbits?
Today they have appointment in the salon.
So they are going to the salon to get their manicures and pedicures. So I will be doing that today over in the greenhouse. Why? Because it's warmer over there and a lot brighter. So when I'm clipping nails, I can see what I'm doing better than if I'm in here where it's a little bit darker. So this right here is our buck hutch. Generally we keep 4 bucks.
Yeah.
The reason for that is you don't really need that many bucks. You want to keep your best possible bucks because they're going to be breeding multiple does. Right now we have 6 bucks because I kept a couple of young bucks that I really liked from last season. So they're in here right now. So I'm going to clip all of their nails first, get them all done, because once they're done, then I will introduce the does into their cages that we're going to breed. So then we keep all of our does in these 30 by 36 cages. So we keep, right now we have 10 does, 1 extra than normal because I kept this young doe over here from last season. She was so sweet and is going to be a nice large rabbit. So I went ahead and kept her. But other than that, we have 9 does.
No,
She doesn't want to come out and see you.
Hi.
Yeah, she's a nice looking sweet rabbit. Okay, so then also they're over here with our chickens. We were keeping the rabbits on that side of the barn last year, but we knew we were going to put our laying chickens over there, so we moved them to this smaller area of the barn. We put metal roofing on top of the cages so the chickens can't poop on the rabbits, because I'm sure if you were a rabbit, you wouldn't want to be pooped on either. And it has worked out really well. This year we haven't had any problems in here. Okay, so I'm going to get started. Jose is going to be over here. What are you working on?
I'm clean those cages.
Yeah, Jose's going to clean the cages. We try to keep our rabbit cages pretty clean. I would say if we get super cold temperatures, we'll let them go for a day or 2.
Yeah.
Just because it's so hard to clean up here if it's below 0. Generally, we look for days that are in the mid to upper 20s, low 30s to try to clean cages. It just makes life a lot easier. But generally, they get done every day.
Yeah.
We like our rabbits to be in clean cages. Okay, so with the health checks, I'm going to give each rabbit just an overall check. I'm going to check their ears, make sure everything looks healthy. I'm going to feel their entire body, make sure there's no mats or any issues going on with them. I'm going to clip all of their nails on all 4 feet. And then I'm going to check to see if, you know, the genitalia looks healthy. Because they're about to be bred today. I clipped one nail. You can see a little too short on this guy, caused a little bit of bleeding. I never worry about that too much. If it's just a little bit of a bleeder, it will stop on its own, and I've never really had a problem. I'm also going to get weights on them. I already weighed him. He weighs 10 pounds 2 ounces, which is really nice. On your silver fox, your rabbits should weigh your bucks should weigh between 9 and 11 pounds. Your does should weigh between 10 and 12. So the does are going to be a little bit heavier than your bucks. This guy is one of my favorites. He's just extremely sweet. Has always been a nice rabbit. So he's ready to go back in his cage now. Everything looks really good with him. Last year, him and his cage mate had urinated all over each other. So he was looking pretty rough. But all of that is cleaned up and grown out. Okay, so all the bucks are now done. I've moved on to the does. So this is a nice little chocolate doe I have. She probably doesn't have as nice a fur as I would like, but we're really working on some nice chocolate rabbits. She's got good color, good silvering, and seems like she's in pretty good shape. I find generally that the does are not as easy to do as the bucks. They get a little more feisty, usually when I'm clipping nails. So I already weighed her. She came in at 11 pounds 6 ounces. So that's a good sized doe. Again, you want your does to be between 10 pounds and 12 pounds. And they're usually a little on the heavy side this time of year because they're, you know, they've been in their cages all winter. So we're going to get her nails clipped. And then I'm going to put her in with the buck. Today I'm putting her in with Miles. And she should carry blue, I believe. I don't think Miles carries chocolate, so we'll probably get some blacks and some blues in that litter. Hi, pretty girl. I know it's scary here, huh? Yeah, can I see your leg? Yeah. Alright, I need my glasses. I can't see anything. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. So in my younger years, I worked at a vet clinic. This was when I was in high school until I started college. And my original goal was to be a vet, but I think I took organic chem, and that was the end of wanting to be a vet. So I, have a lot of experience cutting nails and doing health checks and those kinds of things. So I really, suggest if you have never done it that you just get started. Don't be too concerned. Watch some videos on how to do it. All right, this is a blue doe we bred last year, and she is a beast. She is just a massive rabbit. We're going to see how much she weighs. Wow. She's weighing in at almost 13 pounds, which is a huge rabbit. Probably bigger than I would normally want to keep, but she just is nice looking, and she's, like I said, she's probably overweight by a little bit this time of year. She's shedding really good. That happens this time of year. Huh, buddy? Yeah. As the weather starts to warm up. Alright, 12 pounds, 12 ounces. Okay, so this doe is all done. I'm going to bring her over and put her in with the buck. She's getting bred to one of my favorite bucks. The last thing I want to talk about on this video is the program that I use to track our rabbit herd, and that is Global Pedigree. This is a great program. What I really like about it is that if you buy rabbits from other breeders that are using this program and they have their rabbits in here, it's very easy to track your pedigree. Now, because we're breeding just for meat for us to eat, we don't need to be doing pedigrees. So, probably a program we don't need, but I like to keep track of the pedigrees just in case somebody buys rabbits off me and wants to know the history of these silver fox. And also, when I lived in Colorado, I showed rabbits a lot when I was there. And in that scenario, you need to have your pedigrees in place. So I just got in the habit of using a program to track the rabbits. Okay, I figured as long as I was doing a Rabbitry update, I would go ahead and reintroduce you to all of the rabbits quickly. This doe up here is Princess Peach. She is a black silver fox. All of our rabbits are silver foxes. I've been raising them for, well, this time about 3 years. But in the past, in Colorado, I also raised silver fox, and that was back even long before silver fox were as popular as they are now. Now they're fairly popular, especially up in this area. So this is a black doe that carries blue. She's currently bred. And then below her is her daughter, Dax. And Dax is a beautiful rabbit. I kept 2 of her babies this year. So she is a blue. So Dax is one of the other rabbits I bred on this last round of breeding. I wasn't going to breed her, but another rabbit I had wanted to breed didn't want to breed. And then this last rabbit down here is Sabine, and she's a chocolate doe. Jose. This here is not a rabbit. This is one of our favorite roosters. What's his name, Jose? Christoph.
He's so tiny.
He's not very big, and he's got a bad leg, but we love him. He's like a pet rooster. This right here is Marquette, and Marquette is out of Dax that I just introduced you to. She is a very nice doe. This was the nicest litter of bunnies I had ever had. I really like her. I have her brother as well. Just nice looking rabbits. She's only 6 months old, so I haven't bred her yet. I want to wait for her to get up to 8 months, but I think she may have been close to weight. Let's see what she was at. She was at 9 pounds, 10 ounces at 6 months, so she's just shy of being at her mature weight, which should be 10 pounds. So she should definitely get there. Annabelle here is a black doe, one of the very first we had here on the farm, and she's done a really great job as a breeding doe. Trinary here is a chocolate doe that we bred last year, so this is her first year she'll be used in breeding. And she was bred on the last round because I'm really excited to see some babies out of her. She doesn't quite have the fur type I would like, but she's a nice big chocolate doe. And we've had trouble getting size on our chocolates here, but this doe is really nice. And then Sumac down here is our oldest doe. She carries the chocolate gene, and this will definitely be the last year we're breeding her. Oh yes, Christoph and Olaf. Olaf is a big Brahma rooster that we were trying to find a home for because he's so neat. He was one of those extra roosters we got from Murray McMurray, but now we're in love with him, so we just have way too many roosters. Okay, so up here is a blue doe that we bred this year. Her name is Scandia, and she is a big doe. She's overweight, but you know, this time of year I always cut them a little slack. They're usually a little heavy, so she is 12 pounds, 12 ounces, definitely our largest rabbit. But they carry a lot of fat this time of year because they are kept in the barn in their cages and not out on pasture. So she's a blue doe, and I tried to breed this last round of breeding, and she said, I don't think so. So then down here we have Amidala, and Amidala is a black doe. We've had her pretty much since the very beginning. And then last but not least is Miss Boba down here. Hi Boba, how are ya? And Boba has also been on the farm since the very beginning. She's a good doe. She's had several great litters for us, and my friends' kids love her. She's really nice. All right, let's meet the bucks. All right, this little buck right here, he is out of Princess Pink. That was one of my favorite does. She was a blue doe we had here on site. But unfortunately, last year she had a litter and passed away when they were 3 weeks old. So we only 4 of the babies survived out of that litter. And this is one of them. He's a little on the small side, but again, that litter was without a mom from 3 weeks old. So they just were very stunted because they didn't get to finish nursing. And usually I leave my nursing does with their babies till at least 8 weeks. And then down here we have Yalmer. And Yalmer is the brother of the little Marquette doe I was talking about. He is a gorgeous rabbit. I'm very excited to have kept him. And they are just nice, him and his sister. Come here, buddy. Okay, so here we have Miles and Cisco. And Miles is this blue buck here. He's a good-looking guy. The only problem with Miles is he's not quite at weight, so he's a little on the smaller side. He just barely misses senior weight for being a silver fox. But he's a pretty nice-looking rabbit. He's a blue, and then below him I have Cisco, who is a lilac. Lilac being my favorite color. It means he carries both the dilute gene and the chocolate gene. Hi, buddy. He's a little on the shy side, but nice, pretty rabbit. Hi, guy. This right here is MJ8. And he's the only buck we still have left from the first round of bucks that we got. We had a little issue with the bucks last year. We lost 2 of them. Jose went out to feed them, came inside, went back out 10 minutes later to check on them, and 2 of them had been startled by something. One of them broke their back. The other one was just dead in the cage. Literally, he'd seen them a few minutes earlier. So with rabbits, you just don't know. They were out on pasture. A cat could have gone by, or a dog startled them in their cages. All right. And then up here, we have probably my favorite buck. This is Andy. Andy has a head. I love a head like this on a silver fox. A really rounded, fat head. He's just got a great personality. A lot of times we had him in the greenhouse last year because he's like a dog. He just wants to follow you around. Hi, buddy. Yeah. So he'll be around for a few more years.
What do you have?
Oh, this is little Marquette. She's the last nails I clipped today. All right, so the rabbit chores are done. So we don't have to clip nails or do anything for another month now.
No.
And hopefully then we'll have some little babies to show you, little kits. Not out of this rabbit. This rabbit's only 6 months old. She's just a youngin'. So we won't breed her probably for another 2 months. Mm-hmm. She'll be in our 3rd round of breeding. All right, Jose, anything else for today?
No, thank you for...
I got rabbit hair all over in my nose.
Oh, nice.
It must be shedding season.
Probably. Yeah, thank you for staying here.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's videos. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. If you have any comments, also let us know below.
Yep.
All right, if you are a farmsteader or a market gardener, you live in or love the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, we hope you'll subscribe. Give us a thumbs up on this video. Again, we are Mac.
And Jose.
And this is Upper Country Farms.
Thank you.
So Jose, what are we going to be doing today with the rabbits?
Today they have an appointment in the saloon from manicure. No?
I love how you said saloon.
Oh.
Salon.
Oh, salon. No, saloon. Salon. Okay. What?
Saloon is where people go to drink.
Oh, okay, maybe.